Okay, the live stream should be starting up soon. Please give me a moment to make sure everything's set on up. Which is going good. Normal description updated. He's going good. Let me check my other computer. Looks like my other computer's going good. So let's go and get started. Of course, I found a nice replay for us. Hopefully it's nice and good. It lasts for nearly 30 minutes, so hopefully it's pretty good. Greetings everyone, and Great here. Another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top left side as the Blue Roost, we have Vortexy. Spawn on bottom right side as the Red Chinese, we have one Puppy Paw. And since we do have a Roost player out on the field, let's go and switch out of caster mode so we can see the bounties. Looks like Red does find some immediate deer there. Blue does find himself a exotic doggo. Eve has put down the exotic doggo. And now these deer are spotted on the high ground. It'd be hard to defeat them when they're on the high ground like that. Up here we do have the deer being picked on off by Blue now. Got this deer still up here able to be claimed. And both sides now are going to be hunting down those wolves. Well, I suppose Blue still needs to find... Oh, does find a wolf. Still needs to find the deer up high. Blue does find a good number of sheeple. Of course, got the Inquisitor, not Inquisitor, official claiming some tax revenue. Blue does find himself another wolf up there, as another wolf right here, and he has moved over here. He will find a wolf here. He may find a deer with that pass. Well, he should be able to spot it. Will he actually recognize he's spotted? That's another matter. It looks like Blue has deployed out 3 of these scouts. And now I do have the Bardican of the Sun being pulled out on the front line to claim this deer. Blue will find the deer now, and he will get up to his tier 2 trade value, but nothing too much past it. So let's switch back over to caster mode now. Of course, we've got the Kremlin being pulled on the field. Bardican Sun is almost completed. Let's find this exotic doggy. And let's take out that dog now. Bardican Sun has been deployed and out. The Kremlin's almost complete as well. Now let's go try to throw soldiers onto this village. It will take a bit of time to take it out. And now we've got the Imperial Academy also being deployed out as well. You have the scout move around, trying to scout around. Up here, Red did only Red go for 1 scout in total? If he did, that'd be actually pretty good, because he did kill off his 2 groups of deer. And if you can kill off the groups of deer with 1 scout, that's pretty good to help you save a bit of food there. You now have another barracks, or a barracks being pulled on out, trying to pull out some spearmen now, trying to deal with these scouts, and the chance of him finding early knights is very likely as well. You now have some militia being assembled this way forward now. You have, of course, the Hardened Spearman upgrade as well. Up here, we got the boar. He was pursuing these scouts. Looks like I think Red may have aggravated it. Maybe Blue aggravated to engage that spearman. Now the spearman's trying to get some good hits there on this scout. Over here, we got the militia advancing forward. Make some damage here. Of course, we got the hand cannon shot there, taking out one of those militia. And over here, you got this one of the scouts going down to a spearman. Minor loss. You got some spearmen over here. Of course, with the town center nearby, he will not be able to pursue these villagers. Now, do got a town center, additional town center being pulled out by red. Scout over here, finding some good scouting. Early night now being employed out on the field. And do have red pushing way forward, maybe trying to claim the stone, or it looks like just trying to claim the berries. Do of course have these spearmen in the region. Does find a good hit there on the scout. Down here, blue scouts in the region. Now this deer being claimed, he could get a... Honestly, I'm sort of surprised he went to the middle over here and not pull out the middle over here and start cleaning up this deer. Deer do harvest at a faster rate. Up here, we got the villagers face forward. I think they're eyeing another town center somewhere in this region. Red does have another now outpost pull out in the field, but it does have a very large number of villagers in this region. Looks like blue does find a boar. Looks like that's what blue's going for. Not for another town center, but it's going for a boar. Does take out that boar now with the villagers. And the knight did sustain some hits there. Going for a hunting cabin now. Not close enough to this forest to get some extra gold generation. The scout now receiving some fire from these archers. Does spot the archers, of course. And you got a good number of archers and the early knights. And a scout. Early knights, about 6 archers. You now have another early knight down here, but it's receiving hand cannoneer fire from the town center. Up here, the scout is receiving a bit of fire from blue's forces, able to provide a good distraction. You also have a wooden fortress being pulled out as well. There are 8 villagers there, so be able to get some good amount of food from that boar. Blue's early knight now advances forward. There's a hand cannoneer slit there, and does find some good stabs there, taking out that knight. Looks like Red Scout does go down up north. We've got 2 of Red's horsemen now advancing forward. Blue does have a knight and scout in this region. And blue does have a significant force of archers here. Red could go for some Zunchnews to provide some good damage with those lightly armored targets. Horsemen now starting to back on off from these early knights. The early knights is being around, just being aggressively defensive, I believe. Blue's not eyeing to be aggressive whatsoever, so let's go and fast forward a little bit since both sides are just macroing up. Red's now going for a mill here now. As well as got some lumber being claimed. Blue's now advancing forward with a pretty sizable army of these early knights and archers. And we'll find the Imperial official there, but the Imperial official does get inside in time. He starts firing arrow himself. We got a good number of archers here, as well as some Zunchnews, or spearmen and Zunchnews. Big wave of militia now advancing forward, which will able to spot for the archers, getting some good hits there. But the Zunchnews find some good volleys there. Spearmen now advancing forward. There's a handful of horsemen for a front line as well. And this militia is still up and going, stabbing some of these horses. And those militia does go down. Early Knight does see some hand cannoneer fire. The outpost still has plenty of health, but it's a little bit wounded. Now it's trying to clean up the rest of these berries. The berries are basically gone. There's about 100 berries left there. And now you have these early Knights advance forward with the archers. Trying to find these villagers. There's a good number of Zinch news. And now it's going to be torching down the rest of this outpost. Outposts and mills no longer really needed. There's around 83 food left from those berries, so it's nothing important. Blue has still a significant army here, and the early Knights still pose a massive threat to Red's force. Red's horsemen tried to advance them forward, but the villagers are pretty much under town center protection. Now do got the Pierce armor research for Red. Horsemen still being pursued by these early Knights. Over here, we got another squad of early Knights here. Do not have a high trade house being put out there. Will provide some good food and gold income. Red may need more than just one outpost up here. Over here, we got these archers advancing forward, trying to hit these villagers. So let's get some good hits there. Got some Zinch news in the mix as well. Getting some good volleys there, even hitting Blue's scout. Red villagers now getting hit significantly. Does have a good number of defensive spearmen here. Red does have also a slight advantage when it comes to villagers. These forces are starting to advance on forward, trying to get in good engagement. And Blue does find this wolf here, which does give him an extra trade bounty. Though, given enough time, he will collect enough deer. He may want to get these villagers collecting enough of that deer. Got a very large force of archers here, but we've got a very, very large force of Zinch news here. He needs to get up to Castle Age in order to get out crossbowmen and help deal with those archers a bit better. Astronomical clock tower has now been deployed on, is being deployed on out. Arctic and the Sun does find a hit there. He's supposed to try and back off from this region. And it looks like all those horsemen do go down. Big wave of archers here. No hand cannoneer split here. Villager gets annihilated. We've got a good number of Sensors here, so perhaps we can garrison 25 villagers to get some arrows firing, or the Zinch news. Spearmen need to start advancing forward to engage these early Knights. Let's fire a volley there on the early Knights, and now those Spearmen are getting some hits there on the early Knights. Now we do have the Veteran Archer upgrade. Zinch news, of course, or not veteran just yet. Early Knights are advancing forward, getting some great damage there. Archers now trying to get in the mix of the Zinch news. The Zinch news will do some great damage there, but it looks like they're overkilling a lot of stuff. Clock Tower and SFBs fires a close range volley there, but largely hit the early Knights, not the archers. Trying some volleys there. Red will hold out in the end. And now you got the Veteran Zinch new upgrade. They're going to do 6 damage per arrow times 3. The archers currently have 2 pierce armor, so they will do those Zinch news will do 12 damage per volley each. Pierce damage now being researched by Blue. Villagers are also deploying some walls on the high ground, apparently. Even though there's nothing left there. I'm not sure why he did put walls there. And let's go ahead and deploy out that mining camp. Trying to collect up the stone now. Now a monster is being built as well. We've got a good number of early knights and archers here, but there's still a significant number of Zinchnews here. Only a handful of spearmen, and actually now there's 10 crossbowmen in the mix as well. So should be able to put some holes in these knights now. Crocodile Nesby does get some damage there. Militia advancing forward, that's not a huge concern. Over here, militia still advancing forward. They have 26 left until expired. They shouldn't get much work done. And now that outpost is being upgraded with a spring guard replacement and a fortified outpost upgrade. Trying to make sure he claims this wood here. Over here, this wood is not being claimed. Got this monk here, but the monk can easily get overwhelmed by these early knights. Or they're right now knights, aren't they? No early knights. It's a cross one. Did you get a good volley there? And then you get back in the town center to avoid any additional damage. These crossbow will go down. You got a spearman in the mix as well. Now Blue's deploying out a great wave of archers. Now mixing some crossbowmen in the mix as well. That monk will go down as well. He does spot this large force here. Blue's going to build his keep right there. Red's going for his own defensive keep, which does have 3 hand cannoneer slits. He does garrison some villagers aside. And does decide to rebuild his keep over in there. Of course, now got 2 clock tower in speeds, provide some good fire support. These knights are still being dancing around. Gets a good volley there onto those knights. And that veteran horseman will go down the spring guard emplacement. And actually the keep did throw another volley there, getting a lot of overkill. These forces being streamed at one at a time, getting annihilated. Up north we do now have these large number of horsemen as well as archers in the region. Zinchnews can do some good damage there, but horsemen do have inherent pierce armor. And it looks like these crossbow and Zinchnews will get overwhelmed. That's got the warrior monk there. It looks like these early horsemen are receiving some fire from the Bardican of the Sun. You could perhaps throw an arrow or 2 into the board to get it aggroed. Do got another outpost employed on the field, trying to get a good safe spot for these villagers. And there's actually a lot of villagers in this region, 62. And this outpost was never completed. These villagers, there's not going to be enough room for these villagers and even to get all those outposts completed. Villagers are trying to run away the best they can, but there's simply just not enough room for all of them. Horsemen are starting to overrun these forces now. There's a lot of fire coming out onto various directions there. Going for boiling oil now. Our power of the speeds has gone down. Oh, and now there is a trebuchet deployed on the field. A clockwork counterweight trebuchet. This outpost now is seeing mass amounts of fire. These horsemen started getting whittled down from the town center fire. He's forced back on off from the town center fire. Large number of Red's workers are idled inside those town centers. They've been tasked back to work now, so it's trying to keep them idle. Arlington Sun has been garrisoned. Could go for a Spring Guard emplacement as well. Reds now advance forward, trying to claim some of the berries. Trebuchet now engaging Blue's Keep. Blue's Keep is unupgraded so far and no boiling oil research. While these horsemen are quite wounded, what does Red have for our defensive army? He has 5 military moments, going for a whole bunch of palace guards. Red's not going to be back into the garrisons. He's going for the Spring Guard placement now. One of the villagers did go down right there. The Imperial official will be killed off as well. Got these palace guards advanced forward, but there is a large number of crossbowmen here. 18, so he needs a lot more palace guards. Article Sun's about to go down. Does have 2 clock tower SCBs. Fires a volley there. Gets some great damage on those horsemen. Palace guards should be able to keep them nice and safe. And these villages will be cleaned on up. Trebuchet still getting some rounds onto the keep there, now being upgraded boiling oil. He needs more defense force here. Palace guards now charging forward, trying to hold the line. SFBs could pass get a volley there. Looks like the SFBs are going to focus down first. Gets a pretty good volley there. And now I got these horsemen against the dancer onto the nest of bees. Trying to clear it off with nest of bees in combat. Does lose that nest of bee there. Does fire a good volley there onto those horsemen, taking them all out. High armor now being researched, or being built. Keep now being repaired. Trebuchet is still firing away. These horsemen will find some of these villagers a little bit exposed. Sorry, I had to check one thing. Horsemen now advance down forward. These horsemen receive quite a bit of damage right now. And things that keep having extra hand cannoneers so they're able to get ripped apart, no problem. Palace guards from the horsemen does take them out there. And these villagers will be found and will be killed on off. Our army now, high armory has now been completed. Able to get some extra technologies, giving a point potential Spring Guard range, more ram damage, faster and setup and tear down time, as well as increased bombard damage. Palace guards do find some hits there. Try to go for a conversion. I don't think he's able to get the conversion off, and Blue now has all sacred sites. Blue's now advancing forward on hitting this fortified keep here, or fortified outpost. Palace guards being streamed on in to protect this region. And these palace guards are ripping apart the horsemen, no problem. They now have a keep being put out right there, trying to invest some stone to get some stone. They got multiple clock towers being put on out. Looks like going for additional Spring Guard upgrades. Not the high armory upgrades just yet. I think the base Spring Guard upgrade increased like the range like 2 or 3 tiles. Now I do have the bombard firing away. Yeah, I do have a good number of palace guards here, because there's a large number of crossbowmen as well. Horsemen are advancing forward. Palace Guards engaging them. Clock Tower and SCVs does find a decent volley there. These are hitting these archers with Clock Tower. Doing some damage there. Palace Guards now stringing on forward, trying to overrun the infantry. And the Clock Tower and SCV does go down through the Springald. And looks like Red does back of the game now. This is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Oops, that's the YouTube link. Let's see, that was not that one. That was that one. 18 minutes. 17 minutes. 15 minutes. 9 minutes? I know there's a 21 minute up here. Yep, let's go ahead and do this one here. Nope, it requires a map pack to download. Oh well. Guess we'll just go on to the next player then. Let's see. Probably this one. Yep. Got some replays as well. Got a 30-minute one here. Let's go ahead and do this one. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the south side as the Cyan Rus. We have Beastie. Spawn on the north side as the Yellow Holy Roman Empire. We have NYI Zerton? No idea how to pronounce it. Since we do have a Rus player here, let's go ahead and switch over out of Cast of Vision so we can see the total bounties collected. This deer has been spotted by Cyan right there, but not exactly pursuing it. It's got blue, have this scout pushing forward. Both sides have spotted a bunch of deer over here. Does go ahead and take on that wolf as well. He over here has been killed on all. Blue's trying to push forward with his scouts. And currently only has 160 trade bounty, which is not exactly great, is it? So we have minimal trade bounty, so these hunting cabins will buy a minimal amount of gold. And now he's got H1 now available. He is going for the Kremlin. Let's find some wolves here. Getting pretty close to the 250. Got this scout over here, scouting around. And I don't see any more wolves on the map. So it looks like he may need to get the high trade house in order to get any more bounties. Let's switch out of castle mode now since we see how many bounty he has total. The scout will follow, see the palisade walls, will throw some torches onto them. And do have the militia now advance forward, does disrupt the gold line there and decides not to keep his spear in the region. The mine itself will see a bit of damage. Yellow scouts move around. Got this yellow scout here as well. And the militia has expired. And he is holding Roman Empire, so it does use emergency repairs there. It'll be on cooldown next time before it needs it. Scout here, and this scout does get taken out by the spearmen. Do we see any early knights being put on the field? Nope, we do got another pair of militia advancing on forward. We got a stable here not fully complete. We have yellow now advanced forward with a handful of spearmen. Does have a scout in this forest area. Militia advancing forward as well. It provides some good vision in the region. Now the militia are seeing some hits there. And looks like he's trying to hit this villager. Militia going back in once again, trying to hit these villagers once again, and does go ahead and take out the militia there, though I think one of them actually expired. You have a handful of archers now pulled out by Cyan. I do have Regnig's Cathedral being pulled on the field. He's going for a fast castle. Early Knight getting some damage there now. Archers does get a good volley there onto these hardened spearmen, getting some good damage there. Early Knight and Scout pushing way forward now. You got a number of spearmen here, as well as a horseman. Cyan's now going for the mining upgrade. Looks like spearmen also not spearmen, militia being pulled on out to help push forward to engage these horsemen. Early Knight is trying to go around, does get the alpha strike there onto the spearmen, didn't have time to brace. And now do got Castle Age for yellow. Cyan will have a villager advantage for the time being. And now these militia are advancing forward. They have 30 seconds remaining. They may have take out that wounded, villager there. But it looks like they're going to be backing off now. Did they get a good distraction there? Oh. Trico converts there. Well, he can convert while the militia be converted. It's not really that important if the militia get converted. But looks like he won't manage to take out that horseman there. And does not take out this wounded spearman. Cyan's now trying to wall off some of these relics. And looks like he does go ahead and cancel one last bit of wall there. Walling off more of these relics now. Cyan's also camping this relic. There is a prelate here, and the Early Knight could charge and quickly take him out. Good, it's there. And the prelate will go down at the last shot there. Cyan has now gone to the next stage. He's gone for the high trade house, getting some extra free deer. And this will help out his trade bounty as well. Got a monster being deployed on out. Got these early knights being formed on up. Or not early knights, but regular knights. Do not have the regular knight upgrade being researched. And now he's going to try to break through some of these palisade walls. They take a bit of time. They do have 2,500 health. Down over here, we've got the knights now trying to probe around, trying to find a good engagement. You have the knight upgrade. And this relic does get walled off as well. Cyan's trying to pull back from his villagers. Does have a air militia trying to get some damage here. Early Knights will find one of those villagers picking them off. You got a wave of palisade walls being deployed on the back line as well. And positioning this hunting cabin will allow him to get 176 gold per minute, which is a significant amount. Gale's now advancing forward, gains some good damage there onto the fortified palisade wall. And these knights are trying to pursue on forward. Got a villager here, she's trying to help shank them as well. And while those early knights do go down, do now have a forward big cabin here, trying to collect some of these berries.
Потрудился изрядно.
Приготовляйтесь, воины!
And it looks like he was going to take time to claim some of these relics that he has walled off. Does destroy those walls there in order to get his warrior monk to capture it up. This scout will find this warrior monk here. And now this prelate is trying to follow that relic. Since in order to pick on up, he will sort of follow the warrior monk there. Warrior monk may receive alpha strike damage there, will receive some good damage, and does go down. The prelate will pick up the relic now.
Радость еле есть.
Построено крепко есть. Готов, если служите. Построено добро есть. Стоять и много.
And his prelate will be backing on off this relic now. Large number of crossbowmen as well as warrior monks pushing forward. Archers here as well. He is lacking a bit of a front line, however. 2 warrior monks and 1 knight. May need a little bit more. These early knights, however, or knights are getting some great damage there onto these villagers. When these villagers starting to go down, does get a charge attack there, taking out a number of these villagers. And as prelate will manage to escape back home with that relic. Looks like these knights are overwhelming the other knights. Crossbows do find a good volley there. These knights are starting to engage each other. Science keeping a couple of crossbows alive, getting some good damage support there. And now it's also put to war forward with a large wave of spear militia. Looks like the knights there getting cleaned up. Brass and Yellow's knights do go down there, and now the scout is getting hit significantly. We got 2 knights in this region. We got 4 knights here. Actually, no, that's 2 scouts. And now these militia advance forward, and the militia do get cleaned on up. We now have a wooden fortress being deployed on out. As was a good place in Hunter Cabin, he has claimed the boar there. Now I've got these knights and spearmen starting to advance on forward. I wonder how many relics each player has claimed. Looks like Cyan only claimed 1. That means maybe Yellow has claimed 4. C3 in the cathedral. And there's the 4th one there inside this outpost. This knight does find an opening there. The villagers can't exactly go turn around and shank him to death. They only do 6 damage when he has 4 half armor. Since Cyan is trying to defend this force, he has plenty of forces in the region. Does interrupt the boar collection. Some of these yellow villagers are being picked on off now. I do got a good number of archers and crossbowmen now advancing on forward. You have this knight being picked on off by the various defenses back at home. We got these knights moving around. Now Cyan's going to deploy out a keep in the center map. He's going to be eyeing to secure the central gold. Down south or down west, we do have this small force here, but they will have trouble engaging this army now. This was advancing forward, and I realized as well I forgot to have Rumble open so in case I see any chats pop on up. These knights are advancing forward. There's a good number of defenses here. Does garrison all of his forces there. Does spot these villagers here. Does get a good strike onto them.
Готов, если служите.
Getting some good damage there. Taking out some of these knights now. Crossbows do also get picked on off as well. Science Knight will hold the line, maybe finish off another knight before going down. Does. Crossbow gains good damage there, but not hitting the scout.
Готовы будете, воине. Исполнено будет.
These forces are going to be moving around trying to find some exposed units. We do have these villagers in this region with a wooden fortress nearby. Now do have these Knights of Advanced Horde. And it looks like Yellow has gone to Impure Age. Did he go for... He did go for Palace Swabia, giving him access to a very, very cheap source of villagers and can rapidly produce villagers from it. That will help him rapidly even out the villager count right now. He is behind versus Cyan.
Приготовляйтесь, воине.
And these militia do expire now. We now have a siege workshop being pulled out here, as well as an archery range. So it looks like Yellow's amp up his production. Cyan still has claimed the central gold. He's going for now a high armory on the front line. And now also eyeing some forward production. With Cyan claiming this gold in the center, he can quickly go ahead. This gold back here is untouched, so he can perhaps get that as well later on. We got some walls being pulled out over here. Warrior Monk does not capture that sacred site. It looks like Warrior Monk as well as a villager heading over there as well. There's a good number of knights here. The scouts does spot all this. And unable to get a charge attack there on the other knight. We got a good number of crossbow in this region. And one of those early knights do go down now. Getting some good hits there. That is an outpost load up of a relic.
Повинуюсь с честью. Всем долг свой.
Both sacred sites now being captured up by Cyan, which will net him a good amount of gold. Yellow's not bringing back his crossbows now. Do have a bombard now put on the field. Yes, single knight is receiving the springboard fire. Let's get a good volley there onto those knights. Now both sacred sites are captured up by Cyan, so we'll start counting down in his favor. Cyan is distracting his opponent for long enough to help secure more of the central gold. Now a good number of those knights are going on down. Speaking about going on down, another spring golden hit there. And Cyan's even now taking time to clean up the sword stone. It's almost completely claimed. He's down to 900 out of 2400 left remaining. Do not have a yellow keep upon the field. Looks like yellow's just been a bit too defensive so far. We have a bombard here. And yellow's now eyeing for some more farms as well. Bombard now firing away against the wooden fortress. Now stone is almost down to 25% remaining. Another layer of palisade walls there. Wooden fortress does go down. Yellow's now trying to claim the stone, but there's nothing much there. In fact, that's the last stone deposit on his side of the map. Does take out that one there. Actually, still has a bit of stone back here, but not a whole lot. Cyan does have a stone deposit here. I'm not sure where Yellow's counterpart would be. Spring Dogs get some great hits there on the bombard. He does take out the bombard now.
Приказы для стрелок все готовы есть к наступлению.
Yale's now creeping forward with the structures up here in order to get out forward emergency repairs. Now he's gonna be. It's fine if Yellow were to cancel that, not collect any more stone there. He claimed almost every single drop of it.
Доволен есть.
And I believe that is in the range of mercenary repairs. Yes, it is. Villagers now seem to fire there, but the keep is in range well, so he's unable to secure any of that stone. Archers being thrown away. Maybe he's trying to free up the population there.
Тихо. Приказы новые будут.
We now have some horse archers being put on the field. He may be eyeing to harass some of these villagers. Wooden Fortress now seeing some fire as well. Sign does not have. Oh, he does actually have one trebuchet. Now 2 trebuchets put on the field. They can start battering down some of this infrastructure. Gets a good hit there on the outpost. Be a good idea not to go for emergency repairs onto it. Ooh, good hit there. There is a cannon placement on this keep. He needs to garrison this relic there and get inside this keep now. Getting some good hits there. We do got now these trebuchets firing away against good hits. Over here, we do have the horsemen trying to break open this palisade wall there. Mercenary repairs have been activated. This is a fortified tower there, getting some good health regen. He does actually have the keep inside that one as well. Right now the cathedral only has... The cathedral has... Oh, that's the palace. Where's the cathedral? There's a cathedral. Only has 1 relic on the inside. We go for the tide spawn to get some extra resources from those relics. And now that outpost will go down now. Science is starting advancing forward. He's doing a good job of cleaning all the central gold. And the keep is now seeing massive amounts of fire. Taking out some of these trebuchets as well, we do have a Culverin to go out in the field, which is a counterpart to the Spring Gold. Spring Golds do generally outrange the Culverins, however, but a number of Spring Golds have gone down now. Culverin freshman to go out in the field, Spearman charging forward, seeing some crossbow fire and archer fire now. Culverin does go down as well, Spring Gold down the last bit of health. Got some good hits on the keep now. And some of these horsemen are going down as well. Good hits there on the keep. Crossbow start advancing forward. Got some strolls to be deployed on out. Keep is still seeing massive amounts of fire. Emergency repair is still pretty far from being off cooldown, another 30 seconds. Now this horseman is seeing quite a bit of fire right now. Keep seeing more fire there. Spring Ball's pushing a little bit too far forward. We have some counterweight trebuchets over here as well. Right now the village count is quite similar, 130 to 115. The keep does not get emergency repairs back to good to get it repaired up. We have another keep being put out by here as well. Try and go with the cannon placement. Stone pod still has some stone remaining. Wooden Fortress will go down. Now I got a big wave of militia now advancing forward. 22 militia charging forward. We'll draw quite a bit farther, trying to overrun the culverins. One Colvin does get sniped there. The militia are charging forward, and they do get the over now. You have some scrolls here as well as some crossbowmen. And Sacred Site victory is 3 minutes away. If he doesn't stop that, he will lose. These villagers, they need to be tasked over here and start throwing torches on those wall segments. They're close by, and he's probably not going to stop the villagers. He's probably not going to take time to stop them from decapturing the point. We do got a pretty nice siege force advancing on forward. Outpost now receiving some emergency repairs. Got a lot of troops here trying to claim the last bit of this stone as well. Not really needed, not a lot of there. Now Horseman can be taking time trying to decapture this sacred site. He realizes he doesn't have a lot of time and takes time to burn through the palisade walls. Decides now to try and push forward with the spearmen to protect it. All he needs to do is get one over there to decapture it. Do not have a sign keeping pulled out in this region as well. And the horsemen are not going to decapture the point, which is a big oversight. And if he doesn't capture it into 1 minute 30 seconds, he will lose. I suppose the spear in the region he won't be able to get decaptured either way. So I have him is going to be a sacred site victory for Sion. Yellow's now breaking through this palisade wall now. Yellow's not trying to decapture it, but it's too late. And even will take time to re-wall it in. Have to keep going on up. Horsemen are charging forward, but that is futile. Yellow's not trying to push forward with this army over here, but it's too late. They will even get over there in time. Horseman now gets hits down the villagers, which Sion's probably fine with that. And with this, K keeping the area, sure you can break through some of those other walls, but that is the end of the replay. This is Andgrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. There's some sort of message there. What if that was just the in-game message there? Not community, what am I thinking? Let's see if there's any other replays. Oh, here's a 37-minute one. Let's go and do this one. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the left side as the yellow Chinese. We have Beastie. Spawn on the top and right side. We have, as the blue French, we have WOM01. Sorry, my mind drew a blank right there. I was trying to think, did I say the right game? Did I say the right game? Jeez, I can't speak right now. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I'm just a little bit tongue-twisted. Drank a whole can of caffeine before I got started. It may still take a moment for it to kick in. For me to kick in the gear. Multiple words possible. Now we do have the school cavalry being deployed on out. As well as all these sheeple being collected. Now the Bardican Sun is being built. It is being built over here, trying to get this area secure for his gear collection. Of course, if the wolf eyes be aggressive towards his villagers, he can be put down like the ATF intended. Let's scout pushes his way forward, you have the first of the Royal Knights being deployed out in the field. Royal Knight now pushes way forward. Scout is here to scout for him. Way down here, it's trying to find a potential angle to engage on in right now. There is now a Bearson on the field. He definitely going to need a bunch of defensive spearmen. Dan does manage to stop these forces from pushing way forward. Does get a bit of gold there from the tax collector. And now got some more tax collection. Another Royal Knight deployed on the field. Right now he's going to be surrounded by Royal Knights. Now you got these forces sort of moving around. You got some defensive spearmen here going for hardened spearman research now. Hardened spearmen now completed. That will help him out being defensive. This area is pretty choky, so these spearmen can maintain some good defense there. He's going to need to maintain spearman production because the French feudal age is very oppressive. You can deploy an absurd amount of cavalry. You now have a 4 town center now being pulled up by blue. Got multiple Imperial officials deployed on the field for currently. Have a couple archers over there. Royal Knights just having trouble engaging. Good choke point right there. And now I do have, looks like a mining camp being deployed on the field. Do also have some Zunch canoes deployed on the field. That should be effective versus these archers. Good number of spearmen for defense as well. And up north, they do have the spearmen chasing a scout. Try and stab that horse butt with that spear. We also have an outpost being deployed on out. And let's fast forward a little bit. Right now, it's a bit of dancing around going on. Got a good number of spearmen and Zunch canoes in this region now. And now we've got a line of palisade walls trying to be pulled up by yellow to help secure that region. We got a hand cannoneer slit being deployed on out as well. And some of these villagers are receiving some fire now. Archers still, they will have to brave the tower fire if they want to push forward. Now we also got a hand cannoneer slit that should do some good damage there. And look, he still has a tower garrison, so he gets some good damage there. And the Zunch canoes do annihilate those forces now. And we do got the Royal Knights getting in right there. He might find this single villager there, or this villager here. Zunch canoes coming to respond. Those these Royal Knights will escape on out of there. It looks like yellow has climbed up enough stone there for our town center. He's probably pulling it out somewhere. Actually, no, he just has a lot of stone stored up. Not sure what he's planning with it just yet. And now yellow's eyeing for a counterattack. Has a pretty good infantry force there, but this town center will be a good hard point. And is that a boar? No, that's a deer carcass there. Deer being cleaned up by both these towns that are getting blue. A lot of good food income there. Down south, we got these villagers spotted, but there's only one Royal Knight to stop them, and some defensive Zunch canoes and spearmen. I've been following onto those villagers now.
欢。挺好。
Does get some deer there. These forces starting to back on out of the region.
我们正在行军。OK， 就去。And it comes.
Got 3 Royal Knights, 4 Royal Knights in this region. Do also have the Scout for spotting. Blue's going for some Pierce armor since he sees so many Zunchnoos. Up here, do got the Scout moving around. And now this boar is being claimed by Yellow as well. Deploying out for town center as well. Very nice. So Yellow will have his 3 town centers up and going. Artisan Sun still surrounding these deer, so he has not actually collected that deer just yet. Blue does not know about this town center just yet, so this will provide a good offensive point there. The Royal Knights do not advance towards it, however. These Royal Knights are going to advance on 4, but of course they got all the spearmen in this region. Up north, we do have the Scout, soon to be walled in by these villagers. He may be eyeing to rotate up there, knows about the breach, knows about the villagers there. He could just actually give it a move order to where the scaffolding is, but nope, he decides to actually start doing scaffolding immediately. Royal Institute now being brought out by the French, giving them a powerful spike there. The Royal Bloodlines technology is an absurdly powerful technology in Castle Age.
Si sommes. Est facile, cavalier.
You have this boar still being claimed, which will provide him a good amount of food income from it. Now we've got these knights and scout advancing forward.
Si comprendo.
Of course, the town center can support the 10 slots there. Does get crewed on up there. Actually is starting to throw some arrows there onto that scout and did not take it out. 4 palisade walls going on up, trying to help secure up this region. Single spearman to hold them back. And now Blue has gotten his Castle Age. Yellow has not gotten his Castle Age just yet, and he needs a bit more food for it. And now the astronomical clock tower being deployed on out.
Longtemps va-t-il demeurer?
Yellow's not going for a big line of palisade walls. And now you got these Royal Knights now advance forward, trying to torch down some of these palisade walls. Bit of a standoff at the moment. Both sides have a similar army size, 37 to 34. Blue does have a slight villager advantage. Both players have 3 town centers. Now I got the Royal Bloodlines, giving a plus 35% health to all of his cavalry. And I do mean this upgrade in Castle Age is incredibly powerful. It should be an Imperial Age technology, but thanks to that landmark, able to Castle Age. And that makes it so that they can really even outperform spearmen in equal numbers, the Royal Knights. We have now this monk trying to grab this relic there. I think he'll be able to grab it, but he may not be able to skip on out there. But the Royal Knights do prevent this scaffolding from being closed on up. Yellow still has a good force here of spearmen and Zunchnoos. No, and he does have Castle Witch now, so knocking out some crossbows. Zunchnoos now receive some charge damage there. Yellow will need to pull out some more crossbowmen. He's going for some palace guard now, as well as crossbowmen. Cavalry trying to overrun those crossbowmen now. now this Council is receiving massive amounts of fire.
条地做好准备，习自攻。
Town center will likely go down. The villager count is quite high for both sides, so losing these villagers is not going to be a massive issue. Or the town center, I should say. And it looks like there's running out of food here. The deer over here has been collected up as well, so red or yellow has received a bit of a standstill when it comes to food income. He's actually down to minimal, as was wood. Has a small reserve of gold. Trying to go for this keep. And he will be able to get the keep on in. Does fire a barrage there from astronaut clock, the Nessa Bees.
迈开步子，我在服从你命令。我应该会
Now also gain some lumber there. A relic over here has been claimed up by blue. Very nice. And I'm trying to find the monk itself. The monk may have already put it back at home, but I think he's still traveling. I guess he didn't make it back home in time. SBs does find a good volley there, getting some damage onto those Royal Knights. He has not gotten Chivalry just yet to get some good health regen. It'd probably be very handy at this point in time since a lot of his forces are just slightly wounded. It does give some good value there. And now this wolf does get aggressive there. Blue's not going for a massive wave of palisade walls. There is no exposed gold over here, and this one could be contested by either player. This gold over here is not as exposed because of the base and positioning of the palisade walls. Over here, it looks like these palace guards do charge in force, but they are getting picked apart by these Royal Knights. Right now, the Royal Knights of Royal Bloodlines, they have an absurd 310 health. Oh, these villagers get spotted as well. He's unable to finish that keep. He's going to lose all of these villagers. He does manage to trap in some of those villagers as well. Now we got the healing upgrade as well. Most of those villagers does go down there, only have 2 remaining. But do now have these palace guards getting some good hits there onto these villagers. Villagers trying to fight against them. Central Sacred Site has been captured on up. Blue has 3 relics inside this monastery. Not sure if yellow has any relics. Oh, there's a downed relic right there. You have a monk trying to pick it up now. So I think blue may have 4 relics. Yellow will only have 1. Picking out some more of these villagers there. Very nice. Royal Knights now try and make their way through. Of course, they can siege down these palisade walls quite quickly. Zinchnu finds volley there, but right now the Royal Knights, they have 6 pierce armor. And the Zinchnu's do have 7 attacks, so they'll do 1 damage per arrow. Good number of archers are now engaging them as well. Got more of these ground posts advance forward, including some palace guards. Trying to stop this gold collection. Do now have a keep here. Whatever blue scaffolding that was there was cancelled. We do have an outpost here as well, drawing some fire. And it looks like those spearmen do get overwhelmed. Wolf getting some bites there on these villagers now. And now got this palisade gate receiving some fire. College of Artillery being researched. Oh, that's actually... Most people tend to go for the, what's called the Red Palace. This course gives them some unique units, including the Royal Cannon, as well as some other unique siege weapons. Crossbowmen will get overwhelmed there. We do have these knights trying to get some good hits there onto the Palisade Gate. Oh, looks like the spearmen have broken on through. There's a good number of crossbowmen here as well. Archers getting some good damage on in. Double palace guard as well, but we do have two nest of bees in this region. Royal Knights trying to push their way forward. And these palace guards will be spotted and will be quickly overwhelmed. Oh, looks like this monk will be taken out by the Spring Guards. Now Blue's eyeing for a keep right here. Yellow maybe will spot it there. If he's able to spot it, perhaps deal with these villagers. Royal Knights now coming to support the villagers. And Yellow's now eyeing some walls over here. The mill should be able to spot this. Oh, that's not a wall. That is, he's going for the Great Wall Gatehouse, a relatively rare landmark there. These are repositions some of these villagers. Gold's now being clicked on up over here. Do have now the Elite Royal Knight upgrade. And now I do have the Yunan dynasty now started. Of course, we do now have the Great Wall Gatehouse. Has two nest of bees emplacements. They do have range of 10. And I say 2, but it's actually a burst of 16. Not sure how much a regular nest of bees is. That's like 10, right? Burst of 8, so burst of 16 means 2. Spearmen trying to deal with these Royal Knights now. Royal Knights are streaming on forward. And also got this ground force advancing on forward as well. Looks like all of the nest of bees do go down. Got the Spearmen trying to gauge these villagers. Over here we do have these Knights turning forward. We got another keep being pulled out here. Does have the boiling oil there. These villagers are backing off the other side of the keep now. Some villagers are a bit exposed over here. Who's not trying to go keep over here. This can't deploy out anything special there. Spearmen getting some good hits there onto these Royal Knights, but the problem is there's just simply not enough Spearmen there. Royal Knights are very, very resilient and they're reasonably decent versus Spearmen. SPs does fireball down the Royal Knights now. Gold is still being claimed here. This keep will go down to the Royal Cannon. The villagers started going down. Let's get a good spear race there. Gold over here being claimed. Yellow's doing a great job of claiming all this gold. He does back off this region, only claiming half of that gold. Right now, Yellow has a very, very small military. He's going for more elite fire lancers now. Yellow is going to deploy out a keep over here as well. Right now, Yellow needs to focus on more food production. Blue does have a good reserve of everything. And Blue does claim up all that stone. Now going for another keep and gold. Yellow has keeps a bit of everywhere. You have now these elite fire lancers forward on the field, as well as a clock tower bombard. Spearmen just trying to torch down some of the stuff. Villagers trying to claim some of the stone. Now Blue's eyeing for the sacred site. Right now, one sacred site is controlled by Blue, soon to be 2. Last one is under the spear protection of the Great Gatehouse. Arbiteers have been pulled out on the field. We do now have this townsman now receiving some fire. Both players have plenty of villagers, so losing the townsman is not going to be a massive issue. Unless you lose a lot of villagers. Now these spearmen are trying to deal with these villagers now. And these spearmen try, or fire lancers trying to get some good hits there. Does take out the royal cannon. Keep not being repaired on up. Fire lancers, their damage output after the charge is equivalent similar to a horseman. And their cost, I forget their cost. Is it gold or is it wood? It is a mix of both, but nothing too significant in gold. He's going to get these villagers inside the keep now. Got a couple of these spearmen and palace guards trying to hit some of these villagers now. Blue's now eyeing for some stone walls. He does have villagers over here, so he can start producing some structures over here. Maybe a good idea to go for some siege camps, as well as some barracks. Keep noticing a bit of fire there. Now trying to grab the keep now. Blue's villagers are getting overrun by these fire lancers. Yellow's going to be breaking through this wall line with those by chopping down those trees. He also has some walls here. Those are blue walls. And cleaning up the majority of this stone. Yellow's now advancing forward with a good mixed force here. And the fire lancers does get some great damage there onto those royal knights. Let's take out some of those weapons now. That's the head cannoneers mix on in. Some of these royal knights are being overran. And these fire lancers get some great alpha damage there, getting most of those crossbows there. Fire lancers falling back away from these horsemen. And we've got, of course, got the Great Wall house here. Able to claim up all this gold over here. The rest of this gold will be claimed up by blue. And I do got a secondary line of stone walls being pulled out blue. Not fully walled in this region, but this area is sort of protected by a keep. And some of these stone walls are being stopped by these fire lancers. Guys can torch down some of these stone walls as well. Does spot this infrastructure there. Who's now pulling out some batter rams to batter down his opponent. We got a good number of horsemen here. Fire lancers trying to back away from these horsemen. And we've got horsemen and fire, or no, there's all fire lancers there. Some crossmen in the mix as well. Looks like Yellow's just eyeing for mass fire lancers. Finds a great volley there on those villagers. Yellow does have perhaps a bit too many villagers right now, 150 to 110. Now got some bombards hitting this keep now. These horsemen are trying to overrun those bombards, the clocked out bombards, so they have extra health, but looks like one of them will go down. Got more horsemen here. Yellow's just trying to shoot more forces. Has too many villagers around now, so he's having trouble building any sort of force. Fire lancers are advancing forward. Trying to rebuild some of these walls as well. Spearmen trying to get some good hits there. And these fire lancers will be cleaned on up. Have this force clean up some of these various mines there. There's some stone here. A full deposit of 1200 stone as well. Battering ram's not pushing way forward. Trying to get some good shots there on these horsemen. Now got this infantry force advancing forward as well. Our volunteers now advancing forward. Yellow's going for more villagers right now. Now it's going to take time to start torching down these battering rams. Horsemen are getting picked apart by the Great Gatehouse. And losing villagers is not a huge issue. Good damage there. Yellow's pushing forward, denying that stone income. Now starting to play with this gold as well. Over here, do got these villagers not being hit by these horsemen. Got a couple of battery rams charging forward as well. Some villagers starting to get hit as well. Needs to crap to fall them back. He wants to claim this gold. Claim this gold is going to be very important, though he does have good gold reserve at the moment. Yellow's advancing forward with his various force here. He's hitting Blue's Arbaletiers. Blue does have a good gold income as well, and as well as good gold reserve. All largely thanks to those relics he claimed. Some of these villagers not being picked off by these horsemen. Very nice. Looks like all those horsemen do go down to the Great Gatehouse. Got this spearman force advance forward, taking out those archers. Forcing advancing forward with these fire lancers with these palace guards as well. Blue's keep is receiving a bit of damage there from this bombard, clock tower bombard. That structure does go down now. Palace guards getting hits there on those various horsemen. Battery rams not being focused on down as well. Yellow losing all those villagers actually been very useful. Now start hacking parts in this infantry, trying to capture the central point, but just running by it. And we've got some villagers here. Most likely these villagers will be taken out by the keep now. This keep does go down. Yellow's getting more and more forces here, including some palace guards. Oh, here this ground force is pushing way forward. He passes to be the palace guard behind. Wolf is trying to get some noms in the fight as well. Got these palace guards sort of running around a little bit, trying to hit these various villager locations. Battery ram putting some holes in this keep now. And Yellow has claimed this sacred site as well. Fire Lancers good charging forward. Fire Lancers currently have 5 pierce armor. Arbaletiers, they're doing 22 damage per hit, plus extra damage versus the heavy. Good damage there. He's good hits there on these villagers, taking a number of them out. Does take out some of these traders. Looks like he is hauling out some traders. Oh, so there's the trade post. Not sure what his actual trade market is. Well, a good idea to pass to set it down over here so he has that area secure. This force is pushing forward, trying to get some of these villagers now. Arbaletiers getting some good volleys. They're trying to overrun some of these villagers. The Fire Lancers will get some great AoE damage there, but those manage to get intercepted by some of these horsemen. Fire Lancers still trying to pursue these villagers. And those find some good damage there on these villagers. Blue's running low on villagers now. And let's keep starting to be set ablaze. We do have these now Fire Lancers advancing forward. Got a good number of archers in this region. And we do have some more bombards here out as well. Does get some kills there. Very nice. Fire Lancers gain some great damage there. Over here, we do have these villagers trying to pull wall in his opponent's markets. Okay. Forces being engaged over here. Blue's down to 80 villagers. He needs to pull out some more villagers. Those his resource incomes reserves are not very good. Yellow does have good reserve as well. Fire Lance is now trying to force down these fortified outposts. Ooh, that's a lot of AoE damage there. Looks like going to just go ahead and advance past them, going straight for the villagers once again. Palace guards charging forward or trying to defend these forces, but you got a good number of Arbaletiers to defend. Horsemen sort of dancing around. Arbaletiers, I'm not sure what they're doing at the moment. A number of the palace guards are going on down, but got these fire lances into his opponent's villager line. Need some more kills onto them. Mark is starting to go on down here. We got a keep here. Let's get some good burning oil damage. These villagers are going to get back in the keep now. There's a couple villagers there. We now got a big wave of fire lances being poured on out over here. Bells right now going for a whole bunch of fire lancers, trying to overrun these crossbowmen, Arbaletiers. Of course, crossbowmen are anti-heavy, fire lancers are a light unit, and they are getting some great AoE damage onto them, that's for sure. Some palace guards also being pulled on out. Yellow has various forces all across the line, and blue does back out of the game now. It's Andgrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see, is there any more replays now? Oh, something just got popped on top. Here's a 33-minute one. Oh, and it is another one that has a mod. I could take time to download this replay. Probably should. You know, while that's downloading, I'm going to use restroom. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Oh, looks like it's not taking all too big amount of time. It may download the background. There's a new replay on top, so let's take a quick look at that. 19 minutes. Already did that one. And yep, looks like there's no more replays I can get to. Let's go on to the next person then. Here we go. 16 minutes. 17 minutes. 16 minutes. Here we go. 26 minutes. Greetings everyone, Andgrade here, another Age of Powers 4 replay. Spawn top left side as the blue French, we have Liquid Demu. Spawn on the bottom right side as the red English, we have 3D exclamation point cat. Of course, gold being claimed on up, he's going straight for the mill as well, trying to claim those deer. I also got some villagers onto that gold as well. This is English, so he could perhaps go for a Vanguard Man-at-Arms rush, but looks like he's not going for it. School of Cavalry now being deployed on the field, which is pretty standard. And looks like the English will be going for the Council Hall. Looks like red is also eyeing for wheelbarrow nice and early. He will need to pull out quick on early barracks in order to help deal with these knights.
La bourse paiera.
Both players now aged on up. We do, of course, have the Council Hall, but it's not going to be all that useful versus these Royal Knights. Not many things are useful versus Royal Knights. We do now have this barracks here going for some spearmen. It does not get the charge off there. Spearmen trying to camp, trying to stop this Royal Knight from charging forward. Red Scouts in the region is able to spot this stuff. Does get a stab there. Does get an alpha strike there on charge strike there onto the spearmen there, and the villagers did take time to fire off some arrows as well. The villagers do have a 5 damage arrow, which means it does do 2 damage per arrow against a Royal Knight. Looks like we do have second Royal Knight deployed out right there, being bitten by a wolf. Red Scout does spot this, does receive a good hit there. Do got a good number of defensive spearmen here. Knights are trying to push on forward, but they are trying to find some sort of angle against these villagers. There's currently what? There's 5 villagers right there. Got a good number of defensive spearmen. In the mix of everything, do now have an archer here. The archer will get some good damage here. May need to pull out some longbow in return. You have now the Royal Knights trying to advance forward. They went wrong straight on the... Oh, they got some longbowmen now. They could deploy out some palings in order to help defend themselves against these Royal Knights. Longbowmen getting some good damage there. Spearman is receiving some hits as well. We now have a longbow campaign deployed on out over here. Royal Knights are making their way forward. Right now, he's not going for any additional Royal Knights, he's going for more archers. Does find a good volley there on those archers. Spearmen to push on forward. He could potentially pull out palings here. I'm pretty sure the palings, sometimes they stick around for a long time, so if he deploys out palings there, could give him some good defense for those villagers. Does get inside this keep there. He's going to try to torture it down now. And also going to charge on again, and does not respond in time. Not paying attention. Does lose 2 of those villagers. Gets a good hits there on the scout. Will take out the scout, so now it'll be hard for blue to spot everything. Villagers do take time to repair up that outpost a little bit. Scout does see a pretty good, couple good volleys there. Does stay alive, however. Longbowman could easily be picked off by these Royal Knights. You have to make sure to go forward with some spearman protection. Finds a decent volley there onto those Royal Knights. Royal Knights have 3 pierce armor. The Longbowmen have 6 damage. Blue's now going for some additional pierce armor, which makes sense. That will reduce the damage output of those Longbowmen by 33%. Royal Knights now pushing their way forward with the scout. This longbow may get overwhelmed. Does find a good volley there with his archers. Red's ground forces now advancing forward, trying to engage these units. The villagers there are protected by the bush, by the tree line there, so it's unable to really fire arrows there unless he gets a spot around the side of the building. Does spot that single villager there. Does quickly pick that one out. Does get a good volley on that archer as well. You can let these buildings take a little bit of abuse there. They have plenty of health versus archer fire. Villager does go down right there. Some good damage there. Over here, we do now have these Royal Knights, and maybe I'm for a bit of a counterattack. He currently has 5 Royal Knights on the field, getting a 6th one out now. Okay, some arrows there on this archer range. These forces moving around, maybe trying to find the rear armor here. Not rear armor. Rear of those longbowmen. Does kill off a wolf there. Royal Knights could try hitting the back of those forces. A significant force here. Does see some town center fire now. Does find some of these villagers as well. Taking out some of these villagers. Red is behind a villager count. He is not going off second town center. He may be eyeing for the Council of Kings. Villagers not being pursued by these forces. Does see a good volley there. And that scout will in fact go on down. It's a good volley there. These villagers are still being pursued. This got a couple of these villagers. They're currently running around. Up north, we do have this hardened spearmen trying to get some torches on in. More of these villagers going down. The Royal Knights will have trouble engaging. Archers do get a good volley down the spearmen. The more spearmen he takes out, the better his Royal Knights will do. Spearmen now trying to ward away against those Royal Knights. Longbow getting some great hits there onto those archers. Good setup up there, getting some good damage all across that front line. These forces trying to push way forward, trying to engage over here. It's a good volley there on those archers. The archers do inside the town center, so now the town center is now firing away. Doesn't have to worry about using his villagers for that either. Some of these villagers are starting to get hit on in. The spearmen are a little bit off the side, so the Royal Knights could have charged forward. Villagers may want to go back over here. Looks like he's going to put a lumber camp over there to avoid this army. This army could take time to start torching down some of these structures. Need some good damage there onto those villagers. They're going to be trying to run away now. Some of Blue's reinforcements or Red's reinforcements are being picked on off as well. It doesn't get any spear brace there, so those Royal Knights are able to get some good charge damage onto them. Hitting the reinforcements like this is actually very important. Looks like Blue's eyeing for more Royal Knights now. And finding these reinforcements, taking them out. Longbow in advance forward does find some volleys there. Those guys, big force of spearmen. These villagers have late response there. Now that some of these forces could actually engage, the Royal Knights could engage and get some good work done. Wolf over here does fight some of these villagers. And Blue's forces advancing on forward. Right now, Blue does have a superior number of villagers, but Blue's lost quite a bit of them as well. The Red's now fully withdrawing, trying to deal with these Royal Knights. Some Vanguard men-at-arms are being pulled on out. They're quickly getting picked on off, however. Actually, that was his only one. That may have been misclicked to pull out that one. Got this force trying to defend against these Royal Knights. Now I do have the Chivalry upgrade, which will allow these Royal Knights to get some good health regen out of combat. Let's take out that Longbowman there. Spearman now trying to hit these Royal Knights, and the Royal Knights are going to be just backing off to home. Looks like he's not going to try to claim up these berries.
Each bouquet that.
Now I do have the King's House being put on the field. This will, of course, give him a second town center. He does need to... the second town center for producing villagers. His opponent has advantage, but only a small advantage thanks to the fact that he killed off a large number of villagers. The French player is still pretty far from aging up. He has not much food for the next age. Has plenty of gold for it. A decent force here. The military is 40 to 49. Both sides are sort of just dancing around for the time being. Both sides just eyeing eco up. Got now the next age complete. And we do have the boar now has being claimed by Blue. He does have perhaps a bit too many villagers here. You can only have 8 collecting at one point in time. Red's now advancing forward, trying to find some good damage over here. Royal Knight's still over here, not being super aggressive. Spearman could get over here, either to this side to help close the breach, or around the side to engage those Royal Knights and scare them away. Some of his Blue's villagers are starting going down now, and now we do have the Royal Institute being researched, trying to go for that Royal Bloodline research. Palisade Wall does get set ablaze, and will be saved at the last moment. Spearman getting some good damage there onto those Royal Knights. We do now have the Veteran Spearman upgrade. Longbowman getting some good damage there, taking out some of these villagers. And now we do have these Spearmen getting some good damage there, taking out some of these lumber camps. Some of these villagers are being taken out. The villager count is 67 to 61, so it's very evened out. Sounds like some of these spearmen will be overran by these Royal Knights. A lot of Red's force here is quite wounded. He does get a good kill there on that villager as well. More spearmen being pushed on forward. Do now have some early man-at-arms. He's now going for the man-at-arms. And we also got the veteran Longbowman upgrade research. Royal Knights now trying to counterattack towards Red's base. The Longbowman, with our vision, we can see he has to go over there. The Spearman can advance over this sector here. Longbowman could get overran. Got some crossbowmen here for Red as well. some of these spearmen are starting to go on down. Up here, we do have these spearmen advance on forward. And some of these villagers are starting to go on down. Blues right now just falling back. Got some man-at-arms in pursuit as well. Red's not going for some Pierce armor upgrades.
To stone and to glory!
Building.
Red does get some spear braces there, but does get overwhelmed entirely. He does have a good force of longbowmen here, but they need to sort of sneak away. They cannot engage this force anymore without those spearmen that just got lost. Let's spot these villagers there. Could take out a couple of them. The villager count is very, very evened out. Red's not going to be back on off. He can perhaps take these man-at-arms and charge them forward to help hold the line. He needs more spearmen right now, not men-at-arms. The men-at-arms, of course, would be good versus those archers, but he doesn't have anything to really engage these Royal Knights. He has gotten a Royal Institute. He hasn't gone for his Royal Bloodlines just yet. Men-at-arms now engaging away. They will be outclassed by these Royal Knights. Got some spearmen here. He's trying to start a step away. Blue does have twice the number of military units as well. And he's actually low in food. Priest does go down now. So this infrastructure will be cleaned up. He actually did not claim all the deer over here, did he? There's even one loose one over here. Outpost not being deployed on out. And now they also got archer range as well. He may back off these villagers into the walls. Some of these walls are going down. Right now, Red does not have any stone right now, so he can't deploy out a keep. He does have, of course, stone inside of his section. There is a pretty sizable opening there. He can use palings to help close that gap there. Villagers now getting hit significantly. Does have a handful of spearmen and men-at-arms for the front line, but these Royal Knights will overwhelm him no problem, and that's probably going to be game. Let's have a couple crossbow in this region. Trying to step away. Villagers are not being focused on just yet. Some of these archers in the back line will be hit by the various towns' center fire. Villagers now trying to run away from this region as well. Royal Knights are starting to be whittled down. You got now the villagers going for get inside any sort of garrison right now. They're going to be fighting as best they can. This veteran Royal Knight will eventually go down. There's still just not enough here, is there? Royal Knight's starting to get overwhelmed. Got the longbow engaged archers at close range. A lot of Red's villagers have gone down. He has 32 idle, 50 remaining. Blue only has 97 villagers, so he does have a superior number of villagers at the moment. Large number of these Royal Knights are severely wounded. And it looks like he's going backing off on the outside. The mill is down there, so we can't just claim it for food. Those deer. Longhorn slowly being cleaned on up. Blue now has 100 villagers versus opponent's just 40. And trying to get some of the stone as well. Red's now down to 38 villagers. It's not looking good. I hear some relics being claimed, and maybe blue claiming those relics. These villagers trying to get some food over there. He doesn't even have a lot of these villagers remaining. And with 6 Pierce Armor, that town center arrows will do 1 damage each. Red has basically nothing remaining. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. All he should just back out of the game at this point in time. The game's pretty much over. Do not have all sacred sites captured by blue, which also gives some good gold income. And red does back out of the game now. This is Andgrade saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. Let's see now, was that this one here? Nope. Got a 23-minute one here, but it is another modded one, so I may not have that replay or that map installed. This one we just did. 20 minutes. 15 minutes. 16 minutes. 19, 15, here we go, 28. Sorry about that. My other computer was doing something weird. Greetings everyone, Andgrade here. Another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn bottom left side as the pink roost, we have Liquid Demu. Spawn top right side as the orange Chinese, we have a foreign name. As we do have a roost player out in the field, let's switch out of caster mode and into the viewpoint of the roost player so we can see his total bounties there. These deer are all cleaned on up. These deer has not been spotted just yet. These deer have not been spotted just yet. And Pink had a scout nearby, he just missed it. And the over here has been cleaned on up. Pink does find himself another wolf there. He's pretty close to 250 trade bounty. And just need a little bit more, and there we go. There's his tier 2 trade bounty now. Got a good idea how much trade bounty he has at the moment. We can always check that a little bit later. Of course, we do have the Kremlin being pulled out on the field. We've got the Imperial Academy being pulled on out. And the Bardic Sun being played out to cover the gold and the stone gear. Pink's now advancing forward with these scouts in order to scout out his opponent. Looks like orange designed for the wood chopping upgrade, so you can take out trees much quicker. Orange does have a scout moving around as well. Plus he did collect some stone there. He's going for another town center, orange. You could pass deployed around near one of these deer deposits in order to collect up some good food, like Pink is doing now. He does take out that scout there by garrisoning up the town center with those villagers. Down south, I don't see any early nights just yet. Pink has gone for a third town center and does take out the boar as well. Speaking of which, how close is it to the next level tier 3 trade bounty killing off the boar? It's at 390, so we need to kill off the other boar and that'll get another 75, which still would not be enough. We now have early night on the build queue as well. Scouts being forced on back. Of course, we now do have an early night deployed out on the field. I think some good enough food there. Very nice. Orange scout is moving around. Pink scout is right here, severely wounded. Got a big wave of palisade walls going down to protect them from these early knights. That scout does get forced back. Scout, where's those early knights I saw on the build queue earlier?
Наказывай.
Oh, they're all right there. It looks like King's going for, since he's went for a triple town center very early on, he's a bit concerned, and so any counterattack, so that's why he's gotten out a defense force. He's not being aggressive at the moment.
Будем сражаться!
Orange has only gotten one town center, going for astronomical clock tower now. Probably a good idea for him to pull out lancers himself. Orange has less of a military at the moment. Pink has a sizable military. He may run into Bardic in the Sun, however. Pink's now advancing forward, trying to get some damage on this mill. We'll need to pull out more military at the moment. Pink's gone for Pierce Armor as well, in order to make those Zunchnews do less damage. And that mill does go down now. There's also some militia now in this mix as well, so 10 military units he has to put on field are militia. Try and pull back these villagers. Once the other town palisade rolls there. Zunchnews are hitting the town center fire. Outsiders are getting some good damage there. Got these militia in the mix as well. Got the Bardic Sun firing away as well. A lot of these villagers are garrisoned at the moment. Do now have the Palace Guards. Palace Guards are going to be very effective against Spawn's current composition since they have a lot of, well, they have some melee armor and pierce armor. Only do have 3/3 actually. Good damage there on this force. Does force them back. We do have this clock tower nest of bees out in the field as well. So Orange has stabilized at the moment. Need to pull out some more military. We now have a granny right here. A lot of these berry bushes are starting to get cleaned on up as well. And Pink's out going for a big line of palisade walls.
Тройно есть, ладно.
Pink's out advancing forward. Clock tower nest piece. Let's get a good angle there. Zunchnews are starting to get overwhelmed. Archer's seeing some fire there. Some of these villagers need to get inside the Bardic in the Sun. He is repairing the clock tower nest piece. He's good damage there. A lot of villagers went down there. Orange has 72 villagers versus Pink 78, 79. More palace guards push way forward. Getting some good damage there. All the knights have gone down. All the early knights.
Брать будет.
We've got this greenery now deployed out on the field.
Слушайте. Исправляйтесь.
High
Слушайте.
trade house now being deployed on out. In a position there, we'll get a lot of forest covered up. Maybe stop chopping this lumber there, so maintain the good gold generation. Maybe start eyeing this bit of wood over here.
Слушай наказ. Как угодно.
He's now advancing on forward, trying to get a good engagement. We'll only find the fact that the deer is not being collected. Getting out another granary right here, very nice. Collecting the stone that's blocking it as well. Large number of Zunchnews, crossbowmen, and palace guards here. And this will be spotted by the Bardic Sun, getting some damage there. And now walling off some more right here. The knights are still pushing way forward. Blacksmith trying to be pulled on out. We'll get started there. Could quickly be torched down. You leave the clock tower nest of bees behind. Some of these villagers are starting to go on down now. 2 villagers do go down. Palace Guards charging forward, trying to get some good hits there onto these knights.
Направляюся, куда наказано есть. Направляюся, куда велено есть. Исполнено будет. Готов.
Zushnu's finds a good volley there. The Zushnu's currently have no damage upgrades whatsoever. Upgrading to veteran Zushnu's now. Blacksmith still not deployed on out. Let's find the berries being collected there as well. We'll force them back.
动起来，谁了？破灭采集使用中。
And these Palace Guards will chase away these
Строй, держи
knights
дела
into a
немные.
corner.
Повинен
He does have a
прямо
full
если
knight upgrade and no more early knights. That's finding a good volley there.
Повинен.
And we'll find the walls now.
Какой наказ есть?
Next volley will take out that knight there, so all the knights have gone down. We got more knights over here. He's going to need some more spearmen to help protect against them.
我一直是离您属愿，马上就见总头。
Knights are trying to push the way forward. There is an opening here now, thanks to the villagers chopping some lumber. And now these knights will advance into the granary once again.
Повинуйся с честью.
Some of these villagers are starting to go down, losing a lot. These villagers, you can't be losing any more of these.
Начинаю искать их. Готов, есмь, служите.
I'm receiving quite a bit of damage now. Looks like he has the Boyar's Fortitude research. That knight will go on down, get a bit of bad pathing there. We've got these knights roaming around. Could find some of these villagers, maybe torch down some of these farms.
正在呼叫您进攻中。
Исполнено будет. Поспешаю напрямик. Поспешаю напрямик.
And now these villagers are trying to go for a massive wave of palisade walls. They will manage to get the wall off before they advance too far forward, restricting the movement of these early knights, or these knights.
Ладницы смели.
Going for another lumber camp as well. And Clock Tower will fire a volley there. We got these more of these crossbow in this region as well. Knights still running around trying to get some more hits. Does have the stone almost completely claimed. Yells or Pink's now claiming this gold over here as well. And these gold deposits are safely secured on out. But you got a monastery here as well. 2 relics have been claimed. And now this one will be claimed as well. Knights still getting some hits there, getting a number of villagers down. Looks like this Palace Guard will find some of these knights. And this sacred site will temporarily be touched.
Приготовляйтесь, а наказы исполняйте.
Throwing some torches out of these palisade walls there, but of course it's the palisade walls on the other side of the palisade wall. Now we'll be torching down some of that one. So now the Spirit Way being researched. Oh, the Spirit Way. Can't remember what that one does off the top of my head. Dynasty technologies can be researched here for less and faster. When Disney is killed, gets nearby units will get plus 20% attack speed and 20 health over 10 seconds. That could make, as he starts losing units, they'll get nearby units will get stronger. Very nice. Over here, the second site's now been captured on up, and we got these knights moving forward. We'll find some of these villagers there. The villagers are currently trapped in there with him, trying to quickly build a palisade wall to get on, or gate out to get out of there.
Посмотрите оружие, наступаем!
And also now trying to claim this gold and right there. Of course, we do have a gold deposit here and a stone deposit, so Orange may need to pull out a keep over there, help really keep it secure. We now have a mill here as well, some more infrastructure going on up.
Сила
Palace Guard's now trying to engage on in. Does have the Zinchnews here to support, not crossbowmen.
来吧！走起来！轮着先
Now we've got these Palace Guards advancing forward against good hits there on the Horseman. Horseman does go down. And Sickle Side has been captured up by Pink and not going to be decaptured by these Palace Guards now. This one's being captured up by War Monk as well. How many monsters do we have out in the field? I think all the relics have been claimed. Do not have the high armor being built out as well.
Всем дело.
I'm trying to see if there's another monastery nearby. Sacred Sides haven't catched up by Pink, though the central one now got Sacred Side potential victory there. Orange trying to pull out forward, keep. Got these horsemen and knights trying to break through this palisade gate now. Got a university here as well.
乐意。
Orange now advancing forward with a various force there. Will spot the keep, so is unable to engage it with this force. And Orange's keep may be interrupted. There's a lot of force here. Villagers are backing him off. Needs to cancel the keep to get a refund. Force saying any more damage there. Palace Guard's going on down as well. He's going to push on forward as well. He's going to try to rebuild the keep. He has a good force here. Walker SB says gets good damage there. Do have a good force of 21 Zinchnews and 8 crossbowmen. Right now, there's Zinchnews. That's a crossbowman. Granting 6 damage per shot. Horsemen do have 6 pierce armor as well, so they'll do minimal damage versus them. Keep will go on up. Now, though, has to see a bit of fire there. Does get a great volley there with the clock tower and SCPs. Needs to get inside the keep now. Does get inside the keep now. Orange has a good hard point there. Pink's force being just streamed on in. Do not have the attack speed plummeted there. Very, very good. Orange should be able to hold on to this region. More Palace Guards now streamed on in, trying to charge forward. Villager backing on off. Orbital Streamline in. SFBs have been constantly far away and hasn't been focused down just yet. Now got some Streltsy here as well as Bombard, which apparently doesn't have the greased axle upgrade. Orange is starting to get a little bit overwhelmed here. Nice being streamed on in. Does take out some of those weapons there. Bombard has plenty of health. Palace Guard now engaging the Elite Horsemen and Knights pushing forward. There are Elite Knights as well. Now it's going for the biology upgrade of this player. Villagers now being pushed forward, trying to repair up the keep. I don't think the keep can stay up for much longer thanks to this Bombard nearby. Yeah, the Bombard's out damaging the repairs. So if you're Orange trying to break through some of these fortified palisade walls, and some of these villagers are going down for Orange. Right now, both sides have a large number of villagers, but Orange may lose some more. More Knights push away forward and Horsemen. Getting some good damage there. Palace Guards charging forward. Trying to overwhelm the Streltsy. Yep, now they're starting to engage the Streltsy now. Yet the Streltsy have all gone down. You've got these forces pushing forward, taking off some of those other forces now. You have now, looks like these Palace Guards engaging these Elite Horsemen. Elite Palace Guard does have 250 health and 18 attack. The Horsemen have 210 health and 15 attack, so the Palace Guards will beat the Horsemen on 1v1. Now got Sacred Sides all captured up, but looks like one's being decaptured as well. Orange forces getting cleaned on up. Got Streltsy here as well. They do have the double time ability now. Now you got this fortified palisade gate. Power to get set up the blaze. Bombard against great hits. And now the palace guards are engaging the horsemen now. Nope, they're going to just run forward. They're trying to engage these villagers.
Делаю все.
Inside going for another keep here, and those reinforce the walls. There's a lot of gold here, so really investing defense here would make sense. I mentioned the monasteries here as well. Could go for, oh, he did go for the resource income. Palace guards pushing way forward. We got these militia charging forward as well. Palace guard engaging these militia squads now. These palace guards are also trying to engage. Over here we do have the fortified palace gate tower seems to fire. We do got this keep being built on out. More palace guards gain some damage there onto the Streltsy. Streltsy trying to double time it away. Bombards firing some hits there onto the palace guard. Find some good hits there on these palace guards. Orange now backing off here. He does have his own clock tower bombard here. Does get a good hit there on the lead horseman. Palace guards trying on forward, trying to deal with the Streltsy. More palace guard and more hand cannoneers charging on forward. Orange charging forward with these palace guards right now. Streltsy gains some great damage there. They're about to get their increased rate of fire. They do now the increased rate of fire, but the side they're not double timing at the moment. More forces being pushing forward including some Streltsy. And the Chinese player does back the game now. Sam Gray saying, "Think of watching on to next replay." I do need to use the restroom, so I'll be right back. A moment. Sorry about that, I'm back. Let's see now, is there any more replays for this person? I think I already went through all of them. Let's just start from the bottom. 19, 20, and that's the one we just did. So let's find another person. Got some recent replays here. Got a 36-minute replay. So let's go ahead and do this one. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the yellow Chinese, we have Lucifero NN. Spawn on top right side as the green Mongols, we have Lashi. I always hate this map. I don't know why. I can never do well on this map. Probably because I usually fight Ottomans on it, and Ottomans like smaller maps. Honestly, Ottomans are a bit overpowered. They get free units. They get a lot of free benefits. Do not have this con going around. Green's advancing forward with some villagers. Maybe looks like he's trying to eye to tower rush his opponent. The gold deposits on the far side, so he's not going to deny the gold. Plus, he has the imperial tax collectors, the imperial officials. So he has alternate source of gold. We also now have some gold research actually already researched for the Chinese player. We got a villager here as well as some spearmen. We'll have some pairs of spearmen now. We got a lot of yellow spearmen here. The Khan cannot fire while moving in the feudal age, or not in the feudal age, in the dark age. You have to go age up to get to the feudal age, and his damage output is pathetic right now.
命令青年妙边在即，一同将毛兵，整队们向阵推进，来练。
Getting some damage there.
军备移动中，兄弟们。
Khan just firing away, taking some pot shots. Does take out the wolf there. I'm not sure. It looks like Green does pull back his villagers, not eyeing to tower rush anymore. Does put its town center a nice defensive location there. And now I got these spearmen advancing forward. Looks like 5v5 spearmen. We got another spearman being pulled out by Green as well. Got a bit of engagement here. We got the scout. Actually, before the scout could target down the Khan, does do bonus damage versus the Khan. More spearmen advancing forward, trying to get some good damage on in. It's going to be a messy engagement. Yellow can always back on off to the far side of the town center there. Does get a good town center hit there. Yellow's advancing forward with more spearmen. Green does blow some more spearmen here using his stone. Getting some good damage there. Looks like Green Spearman will come out ahead, but the yellow villagers could just back on off, pull the sheep back to the town center, and collect the food from right there. He doesn't have to collect the food from right there. Of course, he needs the gold there with the Imperial official, but does have enough gold for the age up. And speaking of which, he now has enough resources for the age up. He could actually deploy the Bardic and the Sun down the low ground, help secure up that gold. Do not have the Bardic and Sun being employed on out by this villager. Right now we do have 9 spearmen here. Luskiel has only 4 remaining. The Mongol player is still pretty far away from deploying out his own feudal age. He could. These villagers probably would not be able to pull out deer stones. The feudal age, the landmarks for Mongols are absolute crap. Just going to eye for a tower here to get loaded up with the spearmen. He probably should eye for the 5 very wounded spearmen, like these 4 right here, plus this 5th one that's right here. Green Spear needs to push on forward once again. Throw some torches there in that tower now. Bardic and Sun's only being pulled up 1 villager, but the Chinese can build stuff very quickly. And it's going to start claiming up this deer over here. In fact, there's a small deer deposit, there's a large deer deposit, there's a lot of deer right there. Which makes it pretty easy for yellow to claim without food. Green got a bit lucky that the gold got placed pretty close to the tree line. Now I do got the silver tree being employed on the field. That is the trader one. Problem is, it's really a trap, honestly. In my opinion, it's a pretty big trap of a landmark because you don't want to pull out those traders into a late feudal age or early or into the castle. It's not worth it. Traders are expensive. You need to place them pretty big distance in order to get any sort of value from them. Right here to here, both buys value, but won't be equivalent to a villager each. So the Mongols do get some additional value from his traders. Do now have another tower being pulled on out. Both players now on feudal age now. And you got the hunting technology for yellow. Huh. Yellow got a bit lucky here with this tree placement. They're being relatively close to town center and not being all the way over here. Village is now trying to charge forward with a bunch of torches. It'll be messy. Does go ahead and redeploy the silver tree. Was it closer to the trade hub, interesting enough. And does get inside the tower now. Of course, got this tower here being upgraded to arrow slits. This one's being upgraded to arrow slits as well. Trying to pull out this lumber yard. He does have a pair of archers here as well. Does throw out the eagle, very nice. And he's going, oh, he's going for the ×2 traders. That's why he's deployed it so close. You may want to pull out another market somewhere over here. Here would be a good spot, or that's actually a good spot for our town center right here. Then you can put another market right here, provide some good coverage, pull out some towers along here to get the Yalm network. Cons does spot this force, is going for an outpost here. It's getting a little bit, it's an iffy situation for both players, mostly for yellow. Green could abandon this region and be fine. Yellow's just trying to eco up. I see these traders, they're going... He doesn't realize that he's going the wrong way. He does not have this area scouted out, does he? He does not know what the trade is. His consman over here now he's trying to push forward with these villagers. They're trying to torch down the outpost. That's found the wolves there and now realize, oh crap, the trade post is over here. Probably a good idea to pull out, like I said, the market over here. Another market. Then you can use the tree in order to pull out cheaper caravans. I wonder, does the stone cost also decrease? Yeah, probably not. It says 120 stone. Usually the stone cost is equal to both stuff at a time. If we see another market, we'll see if he does get cheaper stone costs with it. That'd be great if it does. So see, it's pulling up market up here now. The column's falling back. Does spot the Bardic in the sun. The archers starting to advance on forward. Now I got the gear heading and pushing way forward, trying to claim the steer now. This deer is much more exposed than his opponent's deer. Got some archery range now being deployed on out. Wolf will be aggroed there. Archers now advancing forward with a spearman. These towers, of course, can be upgraded to the arrow slits. Silver tree is now being redeployed right here. Let's see now. The stone cost does not get decreased, so you only get a discount for the gold, but not for the stone. So you'd be paying full price for a stone by deploying the ×2 traders. Longo now sees the fire there. He really needs to start. Oh, he does have a couple traders there. He really needs to start eyeing to get some defense for his traders. Does have a good number of horsemen right now. Does pull back the gear away from the deer. You now have this outpost upgraded for arrow slit. The villager get inside as well, but looks like the villager will go down. Got some Zinch News. Zinch News have good damage output. These horsemen do have 2 inherent pierce armor. Now I do got the stepper galloping on the field. That is, of course, the improved gold deposit. But right now, he's having trouble actually starting it. And upon deploying that, Green should eye really putting aggression down the Pit's gold deposit and start claiming that as quickly as he can. But he also needs to get the trade route cleared. He does have enough for his Silk Road. Good damage there on those archers. And does starts redeploying it there. He needs to get out some Keshiks or Step Lancers. Keshiks are in the potentially the future patch. Stepbird out has redeployed there, trying to collect some good gold income from that gold deposit. Force does have good number 4 here. The spearmen can quickly go down. Horsemen starting to engage. Town center is starting firing away as well. He's starting to engage with town center range. Does lose his archers, but the spearmen are almost all down. Ovo's not completed. Khan is now available once again. The horsemen are starting to get overrun. He does now have some man at arms. He does spend some stone with their man at arms. And these villagers need to get into the side of town center, which they do. He does have access to the Yam network, so perhaps maybe get that researched, as well as it tower portal here to get the man-arms engaged. Does use the speed arrow to get these man-arms engaged and put better. Of course, he needs more than just these handful of man-arms. These lancers will be very useful as well. Trying to get his trade collected. At least he gets one set of caravanners through. Gets some good amount of gold from it, as well as some other resources. Lancer has seen quite a bit of use now. Needs some more forces. Right now, Green's playing on more Lancers and more men-at-arms. Need to get these guys inside the town center. Starting to braid the town center fire. Man-at-arms could charge on forward as well. Some of these villagers are going down as well. He's forced to withdraw from this region. More man-at-arms and more lancers pushing forward. The armor is good, that's for sure. It's just a matter of why not if you actually get there. And this is why you really need the Yam network. It really helps out with your defense, because you don't have a defense. You only have to... You have to literally attack. There's the Yam network. He needs to get out of tower over here. Maybe playing a couple towers here would be half bad. It'll also help out the traders. Now Yellow's eyeing for a set of palisade walls there. Both these, okay, one's being upgraded Aeroslits, the other one's being upgraded with the Yam network. Ovo has been redeployed on out. Green still needs more of a force. And does redeploy the stable out now. The stable, while packed up, has no pierce armor. Villagers are making their way forward. He's not stopped the villagers. Now he's trying to pull out some forward battering rams. Let's see, he needs more man-at-arms, that's for sure. Got one battering ram here, the man-at-arms could take it out. That's a good handful of spearmen here as well, just a lot of Zinch news. Over here, a single Lancer has made its way to his opponent's base. Lancers or man-at-arms charging forward, trying to get some good damage on in. Does use the speed arrow there. Does have the Yam network still active, so these man-at-arms have some good mobility there. Decides to fall soft retreat away, and thanks to Yam network, of course, able to fall back a little bit more recently, getting some more of these forces brought out, including some more horsemen or lancers. Doesn't have a second set of arrow scissors, which could be useful. Trying to distract his opponent there. Got more spearmen push way forward. No castle age just yet for yellow. Walls, they may be complete there. Nope, they're not. Let's get a good gold deposit there. Does take out one of the towers there. That was one of the arrow slits. Some of these forces started getting seems to hits there. We do now have these crossbow advancing forward. It just doesn't have enough defense here. There's too many crossbow able to focus on these man-at-arms a little bit too quickly. We do now have this Lancer advancing forward. You can throw the man-at-arms wounded guys inside the outpost. Now getting arrow slits upgraded for it. That will help provide some good fire support now. Let's go ahead and crew up the tower as well. Right now, got 54 to 9 military. We've got this tower now being cleaned on up. Some of these caravanners now being hit, starting to pull them back the opposite direction. Mongol play has a lot of wood, so it needs to take time to build out some more infrastructure. Just lacking the food at the moment. Inside the tower now, the tower, of course, will see a lot of arrow fire. Will quickly go down. And those barracks will be set ablaze, and apparently in the build animation it does not burn to death. But we'll quickly be focused down there. He has a lot of wood stored up. He needs to blow out some more military units. More military production. Got more battery units being deployed on out. Yep, need more than just 2 villagers. Getting some out some pastures, very good. Oh wait, he's deploying out Mangonels there, perfect. He has the improved siege engineer technology, so now his infantry units are able to pull out these Mangonels. Finds a deadly burst there on the Zinchnews. Counselor is trying to be overwhelmed. Has some spearmen in the mix. He has some archers here as well. Hitting those spearmen. Trying to focus on the Mangonel. He's going to stay for it. Does take out that Mangonel. The other Mangonel is now deployed on the field. Needs to be attacked to move over here. No, it's actually not fully built. Villager's now trying to forward. And the man-at-arms are unable, or the archers are unable to complete that Mangonel. We do have now these armored forces engaged in Zinchnews that are standing still. Mangonel now seems to fire there. Mangonel does go down now. And now Yellow's army is finally being cleaned on up. He's still in feudal age, and Mongol's still in castle age, and he does have now finally eliminated the army. Now the game has largely evened out. He still has a good number of traders able to get pushed on the field. I don't believe it counts as this villager number up there, so... And he's at max distance, and the Mongols do get extra resources from everything. So now grains stabilize, can push on forward. The packs take time to push down some of these walls. Got a big line of towers here as well, all being up. One's upgraded Spring Gold, the other one's upgraded with arrow slits. The faster moving caravans will help out as well. We got another Mangonel being put on the field, but the army is approaching. He may just need to cancel that one. He's been also needing to pull out more man-at-arms in general. Does cancel that one, falls back a little bit. This tower may get spotted. His wave of caravanners have made it past, so he can let this area get hit a little bit. Is inside the towers now. He has 18 armed military at the moment, trying to pull out more Mangonels in the back line. Just have that Mangonel now deployed on the field. Astronomical clock tower being rebuilt by yellow. And some of these Zunchus are going down. Does take up that tower. Does take up that trader. Villager's still alive. And now here comes the man-at-arms sprinting on forward. Thanks to the fact there's a Yam network nearby, they able to quickly close the distance. Yellow only has Zunchus spawn on the field, so green could go for some horsemen now. Mangonel going to fire a good volley right now. Get some great damage there. I heard the speed arrow now activated, though it could have gone up the defense arrow. Not sure which arrow he's gone for. He should upgrade his arrow as well. Got villagers here now. How annoying. But these towers should be able to stop the villagers from making a complete wall. Oh, and yellow's going very aggressive over here. And oh crap. That is a huge problem right there. And he may not realize it just yet. Yep, those are cleaned on up. Does he realize it? Okay, he does realize it. Good. This Lancer should just take time to start torching down those walls. Man-at-arms charging forward, trying to buy as much distance possible. Does now have some crossbowmen put on the field. Green now, at this point in time, needs to transition to just mass horsemen. Now they've got some stables now. And Mangonel's now put on the field. Finds another volley there. And rolls a miss, however. These good hits there onto those forces. You now have the melee armor, as well as spring gold, as well as veteran horseman research. Yep. Khan has gone down once again. Need to pull out some more Greers in this region. Oh, looks like this single Lancer does find an angle there, but the Bardic of the Sun should be able to stop that Lancer. See how many traders he has here. He does have 12, enough for his silk network. More horsemen being pulled out field. We got now this Lancer is being cleaned on up. There's going for another round of walls there. We got 5 crossbowmen, 7 Zunchus, and 3 Palskars now pushing their way forward. As well as need to rumble so I can see the chance to pop up. Archer gets annihilated. He needs to get this force over there. He has a good number of horsemen and men-at-arms. How much pierce armor does he have? He does have his 2 sets of pierce armor, so make this horseman resilient to the Zunchus fire. Right now they have 5 damage. The outpost has been put on the field, and there's this wave of caravanners. He needs to get those caravanners out of there. He's about to lose them all. Does get them retasked. Yellow's now pushing way forward up towards this market, or just trying to use this choke point there. There's a couple spearmen in this mix here, and there's more spearmen there as well as Palskars. Mangonel pushing way forward. Man-at-arms need to charge him forward. Finds a good volley there into that ground force. Green maybe a pull on ahead. Got some nice people on the field as well. Agonal finds a deadly hit there. Does use the defense arrow there, giving all of his units additional armor, making so those news can do basically no damage. And looks like Yellow's army is getting forced on that. Up here as well. There's this. And he does not have any increased arrows. This arrow upgrade is very important. Your base duration is 5 seconds. This increases it by 7, as well as increase the radius. Oh, here increases the duration by 5 and plus 2 tiles, same radius. Or this, the extra duration is very, very important. Plus 12 seconds is significantly longer than 5. Also, even just going for this will just double the duration. His force is now breaking on in. There's a lot of granaries here, relatively exposed. Yellow's force is not quick enough to stop these forces. Does pull back these villagers now. And honestly, torching down this farms will net him a lot of resources. The man-at-arms could turn around and start engaging. The horsemen could start hitting the villagers. Looks like he's going to have the horsemen engage those crossbows. Very nice. Man-at-arms does activate another defense arrow there. Green's now in this line, breaking on through, getting some good damage onto these villagers and onto the spearmen. It is losing the horsemen to those spearmen. The man-at-arms are here doing some good work. Does torch down 4 of those farms, getting an additional 100 gold, 100 food. Now trying to rebuild some of these farms as well. Green's army is getting cleaned on up. He's not rebuilding his force fast enough. Got these horsemen now going around, trying to fall back. This area is entirely walled on off. And now we do have the white stupa, which does give him some extra stone generation. You could also use the stone commerce, various stone commerce stuff. Also get additional stone. And does manage to break through right there. The Imperial Age now has access to bloodlines and among other technologies. This technology down here, incendiary arrows and bloodlines and elite army tactics are all very important. Especially the health stuff, that just really helps out your army. Try and break through once again. Does not manage to break through that palisade wall in time. Does have some defense here. Does throw the crossbow inside the tower. Very nice. Over here, we have these forces pushing way forward. We got these towers in this region as well as step bird out. These towers are not fully built. He needs to get his army over here. Looks like he's going to pack on up and abandon the region. So perhaps eye this gold. Yeah, he's going to remove his step bird out down there. Going to lose all these towers. He's not been recast in time. These trader caravans will drop off the load and probably die. There's not a whole lot of defense force here. The Mongols' production in order to get stuff back on the field has been not very good. He's now building a big wave of man-at-arms. Let's get a good hit there on these forces. Horsemen, lancers, and man-at-arms falling back. And looks like the rest of these trade caravans will be cleaned up. Yell's now stripping forward of a big wave of infantry. Got a lot of pastures in this region. We've got now the man at arms trying to deal with these forces.
开步子，敌人需要杀戮，前进！我会听从。
Looks like this ground force is getting cleaned on up. He needs more melee force. Does have both his town centers in this region as well, which will provide him some good wood income. And look at these pastures to target over here. It's much safer than trying to gather them. Oh, he actually repositioned his primary town center over there. That's a good number of crossbowmen here, so he needs more horsemen. It looks like Green's arm is still just being cleaned on up. He's just not been maintaining good production this entire game. Village now trying to bandage the side of these towers now. Including this one up here. More horsemen now being pulled out now. There's no additional horsemen queued up at the moment. Tower will go on down. More towers being pulled out over here. All the trade is currently dead, and all trying to wall up all of that region. Horsemen not hitting these archers right now. Crossbows. Right now, he could stand to get some more Magnos, but all these spring balls are also here. These villagers are now starting to get hit. Another wave of horsemen coming out forward, hitting these crossmen very good. The Poscar still poses a big problem to him. Nukon has risen. Still quite a bit of force here, but it's going to have trouble breaking through this region with all of these towers in this region. One of them's even upgrade of cannon placement. Nell's now pulling out a pair of battering rams here. We've got more forces now pushing forward, including some hand cannoneers. Hand cannoneers are going to be a good item. Alright, well, some battering rams. Sacred Site's now being last Sacred Site, or second to last Sacred Site being captured up by Yellow. And you can see up here, he's not producing fast enough. He doesn't have any food, does he? Good kills there. Do now have a key break here. The Death Redoubt was gathering up the entire time. Let's have these towers to garrison. No upgrades onto them. Batteries going to be battering them down. Does go and pack up the separate doubt. He's trying to make his way up north, but the entire area is walled off, so the villagers will have to torch down some stuff before he's able to put up any more of that gold. More horsemen go out on the field. We also got a good number of hand cannoneers. Horsemen are charge on forward, getting some good damage on these various forces. He does not have the chemistry upgrade just yet to get some additional damage. And Green does back out of the game now. This Anagrade saying, thank you for watching and on to the next replay. Let's see, top one that was first cast. Yep. 23 minutes, we could do that one. 4 minutes, not that one. 28 minutes, let's go ahead and do this one. Greetings everyone, and Grade here, another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Age of Empires 4 replay. On top right side as the Green Mongols with Louis MT. Spawn south bottom left side as Yellow English with Lucifero NN. This is going for an early pasture as well. This is going. You can place the pasture in range of this ovo in order to get some increased production. Not too far of distance, so the sheep can move pretty quickly. And now I do have a stable on field. He may be eyeing for some early horsemen. And that's a big wave of sheep just collected on in by Green. Of course, you do need the early horsemen against English. English will likely tend to spam out longbowmen. Of course, spearmen are a great counter to the longbowmen. There is the barracks as well. Trying to find some sort of engagement here. Going for the Deer Stone to help get some more mobility. It does reset of the pasture next in order near the ovo. This force now advances forward with a pair of spearmen to mix. Deer Stone's almost complete. We get out the horseman upgrade. Upgrade the early horseman to horseman. While we do find some fire there, the early horsemen only have 1 pierce armor, so they sustain a lot more damage for these long bowmen until they get that horseman upgrade. Do now have the horseman upgrade on the way. Got a good number of early horsemen here as well. Deer's not being collected just yet, and may not even been scouted just yet. Nor here. Yellow's now playing defensively, which will give Green more time to rebuild some stuff. He's going for a lot of lumberers there. This will guiding for a second town center sooner rather than later. Got these forces pushing way forward. Army's building ×2 archers as well. Trying to help quickly get a force up to engage these spearmen to allow his horsemen to push them forward. And that force has slipped on through, largely unnoticed. Green may need to fall back. He may spot some of the stuff now. The stable is relatively exposed. He does have his archers somewhere. There they are. 4 archers in that region. Does pack on up this military production structures. And this ovo may go down. The stable seems to fire from the longbows. Even though it doesn't have any pierce armor at the moment, it has still plenty of health to stay alive. Deer Stone's in the region, so it has the Yao network in a large radius around the Deer Stone. Ovos now receiving quite a bit of fire. Would likely go down. And this horseman army may just need to fall back. You now have second town center being forward on out. Better reposition it closer to the gold right there, as well as next to this wood. Looks like he's not repositioning it near that gold. Right now, he's not going to collect any gold for the time being. Got these archers advancing forward, trying to get some damage onto these spearmen. Very good. Those use the speed arrow though, trying to get this horseman to the longbowmen. Looks like the archers got brought into melee range as well. And looks like this force does get cleaned on up. This yellow force is falling back. Picking off those small forces like that is very important. The villager count is quite similar to both sides, so both sides have deployed out their second town center quite at a similar timing. Or Yellow doesn't have a second town center, does he? So right now, Green will start pushing way forward with extra village production. Good damage there onto those villagers. Trying to push on in. The oval could be rebuilt, though this one is down by half. You could plus put it over here. There's some good amount of stone, but it may not even have that area scouted out. I don't think green has really scouted out much on this map. Green's archer's now falling back. He is building a nice little defense force here. Going for an outpost as well. That's also giving him some more YAM network over there. Trying to force down, does get himself a bit of raid there. Very, very nice. Archers have been spotted by the scout that's still following him back. We got this hobo rebuilt for the last remainder 500 stone. Green does have a decent defense force here, and with a nearby tower, he needs to quickly build that tower. Yep. Grumpy push on forward. Does have the nearby tower. Does go ahead and garrison up the outpost now, getting upgraded arrow slits. And as more is chopping this wood there, the more closer it will be exposed. Horseman trying to get some more raiding done. Green has a good number of villagers right now. And a single spearman charging forward against getting a kill on one of the horsemen. Green could re-target towards his villagers over here to start cooking out wood, safer location. I would probably do that myself. And now CG Deer is being researched by Yellow, trying to pull out some batter rams. Green's right now deploying out some more archers, very good. Does pack up this gear. Trying to reposition over here. He needs this wood line here as a wall, because Mongols, of course, cannot pull out walls. He's down to 2 horsemen in this region. Maybe a good idea just to fall back to Khan. Or maybe put him in position here to help perhaps hit these reinforcements. Do not have Pierce armor for green. Very, very nice. Be very important for these horsemen. Multiple batteries now being deployed on out. Now we've got Pierce damage for green. We got Pierce armor for yellow, going for the early mana arms. So great, so maybe I get some mana arms. Veterans sort of push his way forward. Horsemen are trying to focus on that. Archers now engage each other. Spearmen are facing forward as well, but they're falling back. Horsemen are going to be focusing down that. Looks like there is a speed arrow active right there. It does manage to force back yellow for the time being. Yellow's now trying to advance forward with some torches. Trying to take down this outpost. He needs an outpost for the YAM network. And also repairing it up. Does got one of the battery ramps now. Do now the arrow upgrade. Arrow single arrow, which gives him higher rate of fire for these archers. But without the single arrow upgrade, it won't last all too long. Let's take out both those battery rams there, sustaining minimal losses. And it looks like green's now, or yellow's now, I deploy out some mana arms. He has a very, very large number of lumberers there. Yellow does have less lumberers. Yeah, the lumberer income's the same, even though he has nearly half less of the lumberers. And none of them have the lumber research. Actually, green actually has the level 1 lumber research, while yellow does not. Green's now pushing way forward. Got the battering ram now hitting this tower there. Losing it will, of course, lose the Yam network. Does take out the tower now. The Deer Stone's reached this far. He could pass for redeploy the Deer Stone over here. But let's take out those battering rams now. Looks like I'm gonna pull out another tower here of the Yam network. That is a good enough position for the Yam network. Artist gains good damage there. We do have the stable repositioning now. Tower's not fully built just yet. Does get it fully built now. Archers are advancing forward and get some good damage there. The Yam network allowing the horsemen of close and distance much quicker. Green's doing a good job of focusing down these archers, but now there's some man-at-arms in the mix as well. Horsemen do reasonably well versus man-at-arms. They just have a little less damage. We do now have a speed arrow activated there, not the arrow. The Khan has gone down. Trying to focus down these longbowmen. They provide the most damage threat. The man-at-arms is largely being ignored at the moment. At the meantime, most of Green's horsemen have gone down. Trying to put more horsemen. Green's now falling on back. Horse still has the hard point there. Archer range being pulled on out. You now have some pastures being pulled on out. Very nice. Right now, Green is very far from getting Castle Age because he has no gold income at the moment. Also got the steer being claimed. Very nice. There's a lot of man-at-arms regions. You just need to pull out more horsemen to deal with those man-at-arms. Green's Archers trying to forward, trying to deal with the longbowmen first. Yell's force is very, very wounded. Now it's being picked on off. More horsemen streaming on in. And all of his horsemen has gone down. The man-at-arms is just being too problematic for him. They do have currently 4 pierced armor, so the additional arrows are doing 2 damage each. And the only thing you can do against them is just deploy a lot of mass. Mostly just horsemen holding line, archers do some backline damage, and that's about it. Green still has a superior number of villagers. Yellow's not going for the King's Palace. And now, so that's a good number of longbowmen and man-at-arms in this region. The area's been retargeted. If he has this area scouted out, he needs to go for that gold. It's also this gold you can go for. He's fine grabbing this gold as well. Very, very good. So this looks like this wood area is going to be under siege next. Yellow's now in Castle Age to get out his man-at-arms. Upgrade the early man-at-arms and man-at-arms. And yes, we're going to see that and the longbowman upgrade as well. Does use the speed arrow right there, trying to pursue these forces. The man-at-arms can't really stop the horsemen like the spearmen can. But the man-at-arms can get a lot of free damage there, both onto the horsemen and onto the archers. Let's see how some of these man-at-arms have been quite wounded, but right now, those man-at-arms are going to be engaging uncontested. He's now falling on back. The speed arrow is not going to be available for quite some time. And now the man-at-arms have 5 pierced armor. These archers only have 6 attacks, so they're going to do no damage to this man-at-arms. He needs to get Castle Age as soon as possible. He almost has enough resources for it. You need to put all the wood guys onto that, he probably needs to go for a curl tie at this point in time. Separate out's nice and all, but for defense, you need the curl tie. The curl tie does give you a good amount of damage, and that damage is applied before the damage resistance of the armor. So your stuff can actually do a lot more damage before and after armor. Man-at-arms still getting some good work done, able to slice apart these archers no problem. Oops. Khan does go down as well. The last of these longbowmen are being cleaned on up. These archers just charge on forward, trying to deal with Yellow's longbowmen best he can. Yep, right now the longbowmen doing 10 damage. These archers doing 6. They're severely outclassed. He's going for some lancers now. Very good. He needs out some crossbowmen as well. He also needs a lot of food. As forces are advancing forward, the town centers will not do any damage against these man-at-arms. They will do 1 damage per arrow. Starting to fire the arrows now. Got some lancers now pulled on the field, but they still need to get a larger number on in. Man-at-arms are right here, and he's going to have to sustain the losses. Lancer does find a hit there on a man-at-arms, but right now these man-at-arms are spreading on out. These villagers have claimed some of these berry bushes there, and these villagers will escape on out of there. This gear is repositioning now, maybe trying to claim some of this wood. Going for some crossbowmen now, but it'll be hard to deal with these man-at-arms until that point in time. Man-at-arms are slowly being cleaned on up now. Yellow's stringing on more forces, got still a significant army here. And Yellow's not going for his own crossbowmen. Green's going to need to pull out a lot of crossbowmen primarily. Lancers are just going to be something to soak up damage, but the crossbowmen's going to be what he has to do against these man-at-arms. Honestly, horseman crossbowmen is probably a bit of composition right now. So there's also some spearmen now being mixed on in. Let's have a stepper out here that gets some good gold income. And he's actually claimed up these berries, but berries have already ran out. He also has a significant larger army, bringing some spearmen as well. These are just regular hardened spearmen, not veteran spearmen. Got now a forward outpost here for the castle network. Yep, various bushes being cleaned on up. There's actually a lot of sheep in this region he may be able to spot. Deer falling on back. Town center seems to have fire now, but he should maybe able to defend this against his force now. Crossbowman gains some good damage on the man-at-arms. Does use the defense arrow there. That's going to be very important to uphold the line, because these Keshiks going to have, or Lancers are going to save a lot of damage there. And looks like it's starting to break through now, just sheer force. That arrow doing some great work there. Single man-at-arms push way forward, does decide to pull back all those villagers after clean up all those berries. Does have a decent reserve of sheep here at the moment, and is going to start cleaning up this region. Separate out being redeployed over here, getting some defensive powers as well. And it's going to be cleaning up these berries. Green's starting to stabilize now. Tower has gone down, get a bit of raid as well. The villager count is very similar right now, 88 to 86. More spearmen being pulled on the field. Going out forward to keep as well, primarily with the Yalm network.
너무 잘 잘하겠다 뭐.
Looks like both sides are just macroing up the moment. Green is still pretty far behind, going for some horsemen as well. And also some archers going for a nice mixed force of lancers, archers, crossbowmen, horsemen. Does also have a shaman out on the field as well. Yellow has gone for defensive walls. Even yellow back at home will give green a lot of breathing room, because that's the only way you can get breathing room, is keep your opponent inside their walls, because you can't stay inside of yours. You have none. Plant some towers there, which also not only for the Yalm network, but also provide some good spotting in these shrubbery. Now going for some forward mangonels, very nice. Now we're getting the armor clad, giving the men-at-arms +2/+2 armor. This Mangonel may go down quite quickly. Resource, a very big inferior force there, does get a good volley there. Does use the fence sparrow to hold the line. These villagers actually being ripped apart. They're trying to go for a tower right there, but getting those villagers actually is quite nice. Green's Mangonel is going to be going down. He does take out all those villagers. Greens has more horsemen to support, but right now he doesn't have really much aid to engage these spearmen. Outposts will go down. Spring golden placement did not get finished. Going for another tower here. Oh no, that's the yellow tower. And this relic has been claimed by Green. Green has half the army of his opponent, needs more forces. Going for more crossbowmen, very nice. He's also more regular spearmen as well. Trying to make his way forward, trying to save the Yam network. Needs to make sure these archers are hitting the spearmen the best they can. It's a bit hard to micro on these larger engagements. We've got another tower being put on the field. Get the monk forward, get the shaman forward, and try to go for a conversion. Forcing your opponent back like that gives you a lot, your archers and your units a lot of free damage as well. That was the time for a conversion, but now Green's force getting overran. He could have got a much better engagement if his opponent was forced to run away from the conversion. Does have a nice choke point here. There's a good number of crossbows in this region. He's getting inside the town center now. Town center now firing away. And Green does back out the game now. I would say that if you would have gone for that conversion, the fight would have gone much more differently. This is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. So right now, since I didn't get much sleep last night, I'm getting a little bit exhausted. So that's probably my last replay for tonight. So everyone, thank you for watching. Have a good evening and get some good rest.